Well. Has the Nasdaq tempered expectations on Treasury companies? What guidance have they put out? And is this the end of a potential sweet Treasury company, a Solana Treasury company? What about the Treasury companies that have been accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum? Is the Nasdaq going to stop them in their tracks? I think it's very important to have that conversation. Also, we're going to talk about Hedera and Stellar Lumens, a couple of big updates and upgrades coming your way. We're going to share those with you. We're going to talk about Chainlink, how much money they settled just in one day through their CCIP. And it's got a lot of people asking, well, if the protocol works the way it's supposed to, why is the price not going up? Hopefully, we'll have an answer to that question. Also, Justin Sun gets blacklisted. His World Liberty financial wallet gets blacklisted. He can't touch it, can't move it, can't sell it, can't do anything. Why? We're going to try to figure it out. This news actually just dropped right now. And Ethereum, historic landmark day for the month of August. Numbers came out. We're going to share what that means. Also, the economy, it's fucked. We'll talk about it. Let's roll the intro.
It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment focused cryptocurrency content, where we take old, boring, stale information, repackage all that in a fun, sexy way. We're back under 110,000. It's over. It's over.
Damn.
Ashley's in the house. What's up, Ashley? How you doing?
I'm here. Hello. Hi.
Can we talk about where's KuCoin token at? Let's double check. See. Are we close?
What even is that?
You know, it's
$30. Oh! Hey, almost there, man. Almost there.
It's funny. It's just like you like take the words as like gospel.
It is, yeah.
No,
What do you mean?
I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing 2x. And then
You
you're
said
like,
this thing is definitely going to 2x. That's what you said.
no, there's no.
Yeah?
No.
Roll the
no,
tape?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You said, I guarantee this Rolex on my wrist. Cliff Pokecensus. Interesting name. Big Daddy Rob. Big Daddy. Yeah. Is that like the NATO chief calling Trump daddy? Remember?
No.
Never mind. All right. I think this is a very, very important topic. Just dropped today. Pay attention to this. Nasdaq tightens scrutiny of companies raising cash to buy crypto. Okay. It's posted by The Block. As Wall Street firms rush to funnel capital market proceeds into digital asset treasury programs, Nasdaq is ramping up its supervision of these publicly listed crypto holders. Nasdaq has begun requiring shareholder votes for some deals and pushing for more disclosures. It may also suspend trading or delist firms that fail to comply. The stepped-up review comes amid a wave of equity raises aimed at buying digital assets for corporate balance sheet plays. Since January, 154 U.S.-listed companies have announced plans to raise about $98.4 billion to purchase crypto. This figure is up from $33.6 billion raised by 10 companies prior to 2025. So the amount of companies has 15x, and the money has more than 2x. Almost a 3x. And so tighter rules could prolong deal timelines and add uncertainty, just as public entities race to secure the capital during favorable market windows. So this is an interesting one. Now, before we get into this conversation, I do want to give a big thank you. Today's show is brought to you by none other than the #1 social casino in the entire world, Stake.us. Stake.us has been a channel partner for 4 or 5 months now. We love them. They love you. They want to give you one free stake cash every day. You just log into your account. First, you need an account. There's a link in the description. Use it. Create the account and claim your free stake cash every single day. While you're on there, have some fun. They also have a mobile app, in case you didn't know. The link to that is also in the description of the video. So big thank you to Stake for sponsoring today's show and sponsoring this very important conversation we're about to have. Is this the end of potential treasury companies? What are your thoughts on what the Nasdaq is doing? Is this an overreach? Are you surprised? There's a lot of questions. Take it away.
Remember yesterday's show?
No. About the KuCoin thing?
No, why are you still on
I
that?
don't know, just
Yesterday's show, I said companies like Ondo, other market makers are going to take money away from Wall Street. And I'm curious to see what Wall Street's going to do. You think it's fun? You think it's coincidence that the money that companies are using to invest are going outside of Wall Street and going right into cryptocurrency? They're seeing money leave. Nasdaq is watching money leave from potential investments that could be allocated to the Nasdaq and to other publicly traded companies. You know that companies hold.
But I'll make the argument that, hey, maybe someone who wasn't looking into buying strategy now wants to buy strategy because they bought Bitcoin.
Yeah, you can make that argument all you want. But the reality of it is that there's somebody sitting in a boardroom, there's some high-level executive that is looking at the amount of money that is going into the cryptocurrency market that is leaving Wall Street. And companies are going to get proactive. That's just the reality of it. Let me ask you, where does BlackRock's assets under management lie? Where does most of their money lie?
In the stock market.
Yeah.
Equities, bonds.
They own how many companies? How many companies does BlackRock have a share in?
A lot. A lot.
Yeah. So that money is in the form of stocks, which are bought and sold on Wall Street, on markets like Nasdaq. And because that's where the money is, every time someone says, hey, you know what? We're going to not hold another company. We're not going to hold Apple. We're not going to hold S&P 500. We're not going to hold bonds that are traded on the CFTC. We're not going to hold future. We're not going to hold any of that. We're going to hold a cryptocurrency. We're just going to buy it and hold it ourselves. We're going to call it a treasury reserve. That's money that's leaving the U.S. markets. And are you surprised?
You think this spells doom for the likes of...
It doesn't spell anything.
What do you mean?
It's already in motion, a transfer of wealth from one financial system to the other.
Yeah, but if
you
they're gonna
could
put the-
slow it down.
Okay.
You could put the brakes on there.
Uh-huh.
You could try to over-regulate it, but it's going to get through. Let me ask you something. 25 years from now, will China have digital currencies all throughout their country?
No.
You don't think so?
Like a CBDC?
No, like they're going to have, people are going to have Bitcoin, banks are going to use Bitcoin.
I don't know.
You don't think 25 years from now?
They're a communist country. Everything's controlled by the government. So like a CBDC, yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised. I look at it this way. Every country, even China, for example, has to use the dollar, right? They're a communist country. They can control and do whatever they want. But the reality of it is most of their trade is still done in dollars. It's just because that is the baseline financial instrument. I think that in the future, the baseline financial instrument is going to be crypto. It could be the dollar, crypto version, U.S. dollar stable coin, transfer through banks instead of traditional ledgers or hybrid ledgers. But anyways, where I was getting at here is that China eventually is going to use cryptocurrency, and so is every other institution, every other market. So you're going to get there anyways. Same way that China has tried to regulate and say, hey, we don't want crypto. Eventually it's coming. And so the Nasdaq and U.S. markets can sit here and be like, you know what? We're going to penalize and do this and that. Like, slow down all you want. It's coming regardless. There's a lot of power behind Wall Street, though, so I don't know.
It's interesting. Now, they did say, I mean, to your point, the article, as Wall Street firms rush to funnel capital market proceeds. Okay, so to Robin's point, taking money away from capital market stock. But it also is saying they're going to require shareholder votes on some deals. What does some deals mean? I don't know. What's the criteria for being part of some deals that needs these votes? I don't know. But at the end of the day, when you look at how these company stocks have performed, once they've announced that, hey, we're going to start accumulating ETH as a treasury asset, the stocks usually rally. And so shareholders, if you put them in a spot where they have to vote, and a company presents it in a way like, hey, we have $1 billion of excess cash. We want to put 10% of it into Bitcoin as a reserve asset. It'll bring value. Well, they're going to look around. There's a bunch of case studies, MetaPlanet, Genius AI, Strategy, you name it. You can look at all this, what happened to the stocks and the valuation, the amount of money they were able to raise because they adopted a treasury strategy with Bitcoin or Ethereum, or really insert any cryptocurrency for the most part. So I think even that guardrail would work against what the Nasdaq is looking to do if they are trying to slow down or completely stop the creation of treasury companies. So at the end of the day, yes, it's a speed bump, a large speed bump. You got to slow down, right? You're going 60 miles an hour. You get to the speed bump. You got to slow down, go over it slowly, right? Some people don't make it. Maybe their car sits too low. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be worth it for people to go get over those speed bumps. And I don't think this is going to cause a big sell-off in these stocks. I don't think it's going to cause companies that have already been accumulating Bitcoin or Ethereum as a treasury asset to sell off.
But you think that if a vote were proposed that they would just pass it for most companies? Because I the first thing that pops into my head
Microsoft.
was Meta.
No, it was Microsoft.
It was Meta.
Both of them. Microsoft did too. Remember Saylor gave a speech? No, that was Google. It was Google or Microsoft where Saylor gave a 3-minute speech and then they voted no.
For Facebook Meta.
I'm pretty sure it was, somebody fact check me on that. Pretty sure it was either Google or Microsoft. But yeah, either way, I mean, sure, like a company in the
Might
top.
have been Microsoft. I don't know. Anyway, we'll look at it. But here's the thing. Yeah, maybe it was Microsoft, maybe it was Meta, whoever it was, or maybe it was both. But yeah, it came to a vote. As you mentioned, Michael Saylor had a speech in front of the shareholders.
They still voted no.
Well, no.
Massively no, too. It wasn't even close.
Exactly. And so why is Nasdaq proposing that they have a shareholder vote? Because they know from case studies or examples
but I can argue a company that is valued at $10 billion, right? That's kind of lower end, middle of the pack, is looking to create some value, and the shareholders are like, okay, yeah, let's take the risk, versus Microsoft, who pays dividends, who is a $3 trillion company.
So I just look at it.
Maybe people don't want to mess that up.
I look at it this way. This is my perspective. Is if it's a large company with a lot of shareholders, they're going to vote no. Why do I say that?
Okay,
because crypto still has negative connotation. We sit here and talk about it all day long, but if you gather 1,000 people together and say, hey, we're going to invest in one thing, and you take everyone's vote, they're going to vote on something like gold, stock market, whatever it is. And I don't believe that in numbers, people believe in crypto and Bitcoin. I just haven't seen it yet. Even though crypto's a lot more favorable now, I still bring up crypto. I still bring up Bitcoin. And you know what I get in response? Didn't Donald Trump launch his own meme coin? What about FTX? And I'm like, bro, this was like, why are we still here? And so if it goes down to a vote, so Nasdaq is betting on large companies not being able to pull the votes. So that's why they're proposing that. They don't want the money to leave, man. They literally said it. It's a capital flight out of the market and going into crypto exchanges, which predominantly are overseas.
I'm going to create a poll. Will the Nasdaq Treasury guidance / rules slow down?
And I did some research. It was Microsoft and Meta last year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So Meta had its annual meeting on May 30th, 2025. It considered it, but it was a landslide rejection. You had over 5 billion votes against and 3 billion votes for.
Whoa. 5 billion?
No. 5 billion votes against, 3 million votes for.
I was going to say billion. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a big disparity.
So there was only 0.08 in favor
Yeah.
of
I'm telling you, it was minuscule.
That was with Meta, and then on
that's
December 10th, 2024, Microsoft had a vote as well.
Like what a sailor said. He said back in 2020 they were trying to figure out how to take their company to the next level. He thought I know I'm paraphrasing here, but his model, what they were doing, was not really. He didn't see it carrying on to the next 2 decades, and so what did they decide to do? They did a Bitcoin strategy. They turned into a Bitcoin treasury company versus a software company, right? And so, sure, big companies, I would say top 50 companies, less likely. But the rest, who are middle of the pack, who are looking for an edge, whose shareholders are like, do something, I think it makes sense. And so we'll see. I do have a poll up. I'd love to get the community's outlook. Well, what the Nasdaq is looking to do with the guidance and rules of having shareholder votes, and also, what was the other thing they wanted? I'd close the thing. So having shareholder vote. Remember the other thing I said they were trying to do? Shareholder votes and, anyways, you think it'll slow down the creation of treasury companies? Put a 1 for or a vote yes or no on the poll. All right. Speaking of treasuries, take a look at this. BitMine just bought another $65 million worth of ETH. They currently hold $7.72 billion worth of Ethereum. This is Tom Lee's company. So a little piece of news. Markets are down, but let's get into the thumbnail topics today. Oh, we gotta talk about this later. All right, let's start with. So I want to talk a little bit about Hedera and Stellar Lumens today. There was a few things that have happened as far as updates. Stellar had a protocol update. Hedera got some news. So this was pretty big here from the Hedera side. It's posted by the Hedera Foundation. Hedera was selected as the only additional blockchain to be a candidate for Front, which is Wyoming stablecoin, during the commission's quarter 2 evaluation, having met stringent criteria for speed, reliability, and regulatory alignment. And this is the actual paper that shows that they passed, got approved. Prove the addition of Hedera as candidate blockchain on which a WYST may be launched in the future. Okay. You also have this. We talk about one vertical for Hedera being tokenization RWAs. Major milestone. Apple, Tesla, and MicroStrategy stocks have launched on Hedera via Swarm Markets and Hedera Foundation. Tokenized RWAs, programmable assets, digital financial system runs on Hashgraph. I'm going to be asking Mance Harmon this today. He'll be joining me for a sit-down, well, not a sit-down, but a virtual interview. Well, I'll be asking him about this and, well, what does it mean? And, well, what kind of market share can Hedera grab? So that's on the Hedera side. A lot of things are heating up. When you take a look at price action, I'm going to pull up a HBAR chart real quick. 21.2 cents. And let me clean up the chart here just a little bit. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that as well. And then let's get rid of that. Beautiful. So this was and I talked about this, right, in the last Hedera video I did. This is a descending triangle that we expect to break to the downside. And it did break to the downside. The next level I'm targeting is the first one is 20 cents even, and the second is 18.5 cents. So you can see it's marked by that 18.5 cents is marked by the purple horizontal line, and you can see on the VWAP here, tons of bids should be coming in right here at around 19.3 cents. So 18.5 to 20 cents is my buy zone for HBAR. That's from a price action standpoint. Rob, any thoughts on the news here? One, obviously, them being selected as the only additional blockchain for the Wyoming stablecoin. And then this news here with Swarm Markets and the vertical of RWA and tokenization for HBAR. Any commentary there? Any thoughts?
You know, we've seen some headlines coming out of Hedera. I'm not trying to sit here and say they haven't, but haven't had headlines, but it seemed like they had slowed down a little bit. I know they were making a lot of progress on these headline news, partnerships, news like this. I know the council that they have was growing. They lost a couple council members, but I don't know, man. I've been hoping for more HBAR news. Also, the price just hasn't played very well this year. We did see it as high as 37 cents. Recently, it got up to almost at 30 cents. But, I know a lot of HBAR fans have been waiting for that big breakout. One person, you in one side, you can say that HBAR is performing like a lot of alts are. I agree. But also just it hasn't had a lot of buzz lately. And I think what we're starting to see is more eyeballs on HBAR. I think this could be more of what's to come. RWA narrative is its bread and butter, I think. RWA and stablecoins, which happens to be the two that we're talking about. I think that's the bread and butter for HBAR, right? I mean, is there anything else that
well, there's a bunch they can do, but
but that's the bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
And so if we get headlines like this, and we get more and more, they're more frequent, and RWA transactions are just continuously climbing every day, then
so you agree?
What else would you want?
You agree that Hedera is undervalued?
Yes, but
that took you way too long to answer.
Okay. My big thing is
it's sitting at a market cap of $9 billion.
But my plays for this bull market are RWAs and stablecoin.
Okay. You think Cardano's undervalued?
Let me ask you something. If my plays are RWAs and stablecoins, is Cardano known for either one of those?
No. So would you say they're overvalued? Is Cardano overvalued?
I think that Cardano has a massive retail community that when Fed rates cut, when Bitcoin rallies, when money is made, Solana and ETH both make new all-time highs, and they're in price discovery. The money's going to pour into Cardano. So it's inevitable.
So your thesis is Cardano rallies from speculation, Hedera rallies from utility.
Yeah.
So then what would you feel safer having your money in? A project that rallies on speculation or a project
That's why I gave you a slow answer. Because Fed rates are coming, and what is going to fuel this bull market? Is it going to be off the back of RWAs and stablecoins, or is it going to be off the back of FOMO retail profits coming down off of Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana? I don't know.
I think Hedera is very
and if rates were to, as an example, if the Fed were to cut rates, let's say Donald Trump appoints a new Fed chair once Jerome Powell is done with his term. What is it, like February or May or something next year? I don't know. Whatever. Sometime next year, new Fed chair comes in. They put rates down to 1.5%. Maybe we drop 0.75 until that point, or a full percentage, right? So where are we at right now? Like 4.5?
4.5.
So let's say we get down to 3.5. And the new Fed chair comes in, Donald Trump appoints him. They go from 3.5 down to 1.5. Everyone's refinancing, money's going crazy, stock market's rallying, airdrop checks everywhere in whatever form you want to call them. And retail comes in, Cardano's going to crush Hedera. If that scenario happens. If Fed rates stay where they're at, we have a long, steady, sustained growth, people still can't afford to pay rent, and you know what, the economy's in the same spot it is, just slightly better, then Hedera, I think, rides the back of stable coins, which I think the U.S. is 100% behind, and also RWAs. It's undeniable it's going to be a thing. In that situation, Hedera wins out. That's how I look at it. So,
I'm writing a poll. 1 for HBAR, 2 for ADA. Curious. I want people's opinions. I want to know what you guys think. Okay, because I think it's a very intriguing question. Are you more confident? Do you want to have exposure to a project you know will only rally, not you know, but more than likely will only rally if retail is here to speculate, or the project that will rally if the utility comes to fruition on their chain? It's a hard question because the speculative rallies are quick and they're huge, okay? The utility rallies are slower, but they're more sustained. less volatility, more solid growth. I don't know. It's interesting. I prefer to have both Cardano and Hedera, but for the sake of this question, you got to pick one, right? And if I were to pick one, speculation or utility, I'm going utility. That's not a shot. And you can take out Cardano and put any other token in there, any other coin in there that is going to be driven by speculation.
So if that's your thesis, you had to pick one or the other, would you pick Chainlink or Hedera?
Chainlink.
Yeah, because they have a stronger utility.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if that's the thesis, your base, if that's what you're framing your investment like strategy on, then it's a no-brainer, right? You got to go utility. So I got to go Solana, bro. I got to go Solana, bro.
Solana?
Because there's more utility on Solana
than
Ethereum. Now, I know the transactions are there. Anyways, hey, let me ask you a question.
No.
Which one would you go with here?
Solana has more utility.
We haven't talked NFTs in a while.
Oh, pudgy penguins all day long.
You would rather own a pudgy penguin?
I would rather own it
than a Bored Ape?
Listen, bro, Luca Nets and the pudgy brand is going to be massive. I told my friend over here, I said, hey, Rob, because 98% of the revenue generated from this company goes into overhead, paying our employees, paying our bills, giving back to the community, yada, yada. A little bit sometimes, if there's any free float, I'll buy some crypto for the company portfolio. And I bought some Pengu, and Robin's like, Pengu, huh? I was like, yep, I bought Pengu. It all comes down to, let me ask you a question. Who would you say is top 5 innovators in the world? Elon Musk? Is he one of them?
Yeah.
If Elon Musk started a company that you knew nothing about, you didn't even fucking believe in it. You're like, what? What is he? Would you still invest in him, knowing Elon Musk and what he's done previously with SpaceX and Tesla and the Boring Company, taking 5 companies to over what's the word? You can never answer a simple question. The answer is
yes, but I'm never going to invest in anything that I don't do my own research in.
Okay,
and I have to be educated.
Fair enough.
But
I'm educated in the Pudgy Penguins brand. I also downloaded the Pudgy Party game. People are finding, so you get a skin, right? You can get skins.
Just real quick.
Okay.
You are referencing a lot of ecosystem here. I'm not pitting one ecosystem against the other. I'm simply talking about original Bored Ape
Just
NFT or an original Pudgy Penguin NFT.
And the references to which one
will make more money holding
Pudgy Penguins
over 10 years something.
Pudgy Penguins.
I think it's kind of fad. I think it's kind of like the fad right now, bro. I think it's kind of trendy.
It's been trending for a year and a half. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call that a fad.
I look at it like this. CryptoPunks will always be worth money because...
No, CryptoPunks is at the top of my list. Over Pudgy Penguins.
But I would say that Bored Apes are number 2. I mean, CryptoPunks got their notoriety because of the success of Bored Apes.
No. What?
I know that punks were around before. I know that they had value before, but their value skyrocketed after the success of Bored Apes. Once Bored Apes, nothing has ever landed in the NFT space the way that Bored Apes did. The original Bored Apes, what was the height of their price, bro? How much ETH was it?
150.
How much is 150 ETH?
No, but you got to do it at the price it was. It was
still near. It's still near.
$4,200.
It's not that far off. It was pretty damn close. And so, I mean, you're talking about, let's just say $4,000. 4,000 times, what was the?
150. It's like 600K or 400K.
$600,000.
Yeah.
What is the price?
Hold on. Add in the gas fee. Yeah.
So what? And so if you go into, do I even have OpenSea link here? Yeah. And
what happened to OpenSea? Remember they were going to go public and the company was valued at $15 billion.
So
just died.
Right now, Pudgy Penguin is 10 ETH.
Yes.
So you're at 40 grand.
Yes.
For one.
And how much is a Bored Ape?
Bored Ape.
20 something.
I don't know where let me, I guess I have to search for it. It's also 9th. What? The floor price is 9th.
Telling you.
So the floor price has been flipped. But now, the thing is it's just like,
it's okay.
It hits so hard. No. My thesis here is that as these things become nostalgic, as crypto evolves, as Bitcoin crosses $1 million, as people look back and they're like, hey, you remember this? It's the same way, like, ain't nobody buying.
No. Sorry.
Ain't nobody out here buying a Nintendo game because they want to play it.
What?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Bro, what do you mean?
I'm talking about original Nintendo Entertainment System.
You've never
Duck Hunt, the Nintendo one.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to buy it to play it? What are you buying it for?
That's a terrible analogy.
To stare at it?
Obviously, you buy it to play it.
These are collectibles, okay?
Okay, sure, yeah.
I don't understand why people collect things. It's so dumb, in my opinion.
Really?
It's the reality of it.
Hey, Ash, this mouse in 5 years is going to be worth 20 grand. You want to collect it?
No.
Okay, you're a fucking liar.
Like, what am I going to do with all these things in my house?
You hold them, they accrue value. What do you do with your investments? You hold them, they accrue value.
I don't own those.
Yeah, you do. What? Anyway.
People are collectors. That's, you know, it goes back to the dawn of the human of the human
caveman.
species. Yeah. Caveman would collect shiny rocks and then they would keep it in their cave and then give it to other people.
Okay.
Anyways,
we need to get back on track here. What were we trying to say? I wanted to go Hedera XLM. We went Hedera and NFTs.
He would go NFTs.
Yeah.
But no, there's a nostalgia effect.
You think? Okay.
And so people collect Nintendo games because they were the original ones. People liked it. Was it G.I. Joes and whatever it is, just because they were like the first action figures, right? Star Wars first action figures.
Let me ask you a question.
And things like that.
Let me ask you a question. You think, how long do you think Bored Apes will ever get back to 150 Ethereum?
I don't know, man. And the reason I say I don't know, how about this? I think that they'll get back over $600,000 worth of value. I'm just, my thing is that.
So? In what time frame?
I think in about 10 to 20 years.
So then would you buy a $40,000 NFT right now and cash it out at 600?
If I had the loose disposable income to do it, I would. I honestly would. If I had
too risky.
If I had just massive profits, I'm sitting there with, you know, 50 million in a bank account that I'm just like, hey, what should I would definitely buy a Bored Ape.
Hey, I'm out of cars and watches to buy. Let me buy a picture of a monkey.
I don't mean it like, hey, if I had so much money out there. No, I think it's a solid long term and a hold. I think you do carry risk to it. But I think that 10 to 20 years, people are going to say like, hey, man, you remember the NFT craze? I actually have a Bored Ape now, you know, or I have a Bored Ape. I think it'll gain value eventually. The same way that things that were collectibles originally, you know, 20, 30 years ago or 40 years ago, now are worth a crap ton of money because there's just not a lot of them. And it's a nostalgia.
Got to look at generationally too. And I want to move off this topic, but generations are like my generation, the millennials. When we're in our 60s and we're retired and we're cashing in retirement checks and investments and yada, that's where people start getting nostalgia. And then, but we're talking 30 years from now, 25 years from now. So I don't know. All right. I want to move on to XLM, Stellar Lumens. So we talked about Hedera, XLM, update. Whisk is live. Don't one of you have a pet named Whisk?
Who has a pet named Whisk?
I thought Ashley. No?
Whisk?
Yeah. Sorry. Parallel smart contract execution, memory, first state management, and unified event form. Here is Garand Tyson talking about this upgrade and saying, why is the biggest upgrade to the Stellar network since smart contracts? Okay, let's listen.
Howdy. My name is Garen, and I work on Protocol here at the Stellar Development Foundation. For the last few months, we've been cooking Protocol 23, now known as Whisk. It just went live, and it's one of the biggest updates to the Stellar network to date. Whisk was built with 3 priorities in mind: developer experience, high-performance execution, and network scalability. Let's dive in and talk about how these 3 core principles will help shape the future of the Stellar network. First up, we have CAP63, which introduces parallel execution. Previously, validators would process one transaction after another, but with CAP63, we can now do multiple things at once, greatly increasing the speed and TPS of smart contracts on Stellar. Next up, we have CAP67. This introduces a unified umbrella where people can interact with Stellar smart contract events in the same way they would interact with Stellar classic events. This makes building on Stellar a whole lot easier, not only for folks who are already here, but for new builders joining the network as well. Beyond these 2 caps, Whisk also features 6 others that make Stellar the first ever blockchain to have all state in memory. The details are a little technical, but you can expect Stellar to become the cheapest and fastest blockchain it's ever been. This upgrade is the result of collaboration from people all across the network, from the Stellar Development Foundation to ecosystem members providing feedback at every step of the process and testing new features, to the validators that keep the network running. I want to say thank you. This is y'all's release, just as much as it is ours.
So Stellar was already the fastest in terms of settlement to finality settlement, right? And then also the cheapest in terms of transaction fees per. So now they're making it faster. And when we take a look at, from a price action standpoint, let's take a look at XLM. XLM currently sitting at 35 cents in a clear downtrend. Let's see if we can catch any bullish divergence here on the RSI. Nope, no bullish divergence on RSI. I always like to check those when you see a clear lower lows and lower highs. We did just get a green dot on market cipher B, but obviously you can see from the momentum oscillators here, these 2 lines. Trend is obviously down, right? But you're coming into a very high volume node at 29 cents. This is a big one, and this is a level that XLM completely blew through back in the beginning of July, from 28 cents to a local high of around 52.5 cents. So that is what the XLM chart is looking like. It is still currently in, okay, so this might be an invalidation here. So this was on the weekly a bull flag, but my criteria is if you get a candle close below the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, this is an invalidated pattern, and to which it would be an invalidated pattern. And so what are your thoughts on XLM? What's your thesis on it? I know I do a lot of upload, like standalone videos, or I'm the only one giving my thoughts on Stellar. What are your thoughts on Stellar Lumens? Obviously, stable coins, and don't forget RWAs.
Well, you got to just look back at when did Stellar rally. It was off the back of the SEC case being resolved, right?
Yeah.
And that just tells me that Stellar Lumens, unfortunately, needs XRP to rally. And so you got to ask yourself, what is XRP position right now? I look at it like XRP needs a break, man. What do you mean it needs
a break?
It needs a breakout, bro.
Oh, a breakout.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It broke out here, and this is about as consolidated as it comes, man. So from back in December, so the beginning of 2024, so the end of 2024, December of last year till now, as high as it's gotten is 330, 350. Low as it's gotten is $2. So it's just been bouncing around between $3 and $2 for almost a year. And so what do I think about Stellar? I keep it simple. When did Stellar break out? December. All right, here. November, December. So right around the same time. It did go from 10 cents to 40, 50, 56 cents. Now, this had a lot more volatility, smaller market cap, so it's not as much consolidation. But for me, once I think you see $5 XRP, that's when you get dollar Stellar. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, I can't. I don't have anything to say against what you said.
Now, all the headlines, all the partnerships, that's essentially the backbone of XRP and Stellar, right? Is partnerships. Yeah, I mean, without the partnerships, without institutions, it kind of falls on sheer speculation alone.
Falls on the cloud in the sky.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like retail's using it. I mean, you can, but
MoneyGram.
Yeah, but retail's not really using it. Yeah. So
if they are, they don't know they're using it.
It falls on institutions.
Yeah,
and so institutions and these partnerships are what's going to keep driving it. But currently, if you're asking about my opinion on this bull market, you need XRP to rally.
So, you know,
we're going to talk about adjusting something. That's so interesting.
Yeah, we are in a second. You know what? Can you actually pull that up while I do this? So our president was on a roll this morning. Did you see his X account?
No.
Okay, let's start. I have a couple. You know, Senator Adam Schiff? Donald Trump posted this.
Anyone who stands up to the president, anyone who criticizes the president, anyone who says anything adverse to the president's interests gets the full weight of the federal government brought down on them.
He also had this, Governor Gavin Newsom.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around.
And then the other one he had, which I can't play the audio, is this one, the Cracker Barrel? So he was just doing memes all day. Anyways, let's take you know what? Did you find the Just Something?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about that, and then we'll get into the markets. Go ahead.
So, Trump World Liberty Finance. World Liberty Finance.
Trump World Liberty Finance. Okay.
Trump's World Liberty Finance. So it blacklisted Justin Sun's crypto wallet.
His Excellency Justin Sun.
Yeah. They froze over $1 million worth of the WLFI
I thought it was a lot more than $1 million worth. I think it was $500 million worth.
Yeah.
Was it 1 million tokens?
Yeah, no. 1 million tokens, yeah. All right, so here in another news, the next one. So they blacklisted Sun's address, locking up $540 million in unlocked tokens, $2.4 billion in locked tokens. They believe the exchange has been using tokens to sell and push down the price on chain.
Shut the fuck up. Is that verified?
No, I'm just going through. I'm going through all of this is just on every.
That would be a.
Well, why else would they do it?
That would be a bombshell right there. I mean,
there's a lot of news covering it.
Remember, HTX, right? HTX is partly owned by Mr. Sun. So, I mean, I'm not. Are you surprised? I'm surprised that Sun is doing shady shit.
No, that's not verified. But you know what?
The fact that we don't come out and say no way. Like when the news came out, when the rumors came out that Charles Hoskinson had stolen $600 million of ADA, my first reaction was no way. Like I don't see him doing that. This one, you say that, my reaction was, well, I mean, shit, he got caught. I don't know. What do you think?
It's possible. I mean, why else would they blacklist it? I thought they were homies.
Yeah, he went to the dinner. He's got a lot of the Trump coin. He donated to the inaugural fund. He bought the banana and they gave the banana to Eric, but not give it to him in a traditional way, gave it to him in a different way. And so, yeah. You know? Where's the cricket sound?
If you take a look at World Liberty Finance on the chart.
It's pumping, right? Hell yeah. Down from $1. Look at that, down 90%.
This isn't the right chart.
Pretty cool, guy.
Where's the chart at for this? This is not it.
That's definitely the right chart. I don't know what you're talking about.
It says it opened up at 22 cents and it's only down to 17 now on the all time.
Oh, that's when CoinMarketCap started tracking it. Here,
yeah, that's what I was saying. Where's
let's go to TradingView. Let's see what it looks like on Mexi. Here we go. Here we go. Well, from XC at least, $1. Pretty cool.
So it's safe to say that some large entity was selling massive amounts because it came out at, what was the valuation when it came out? Was it like $10 billion or something?
Question. I don't know.
Somewhere around there. I mean, currently at 17 cents, it's at $4 billion. Oh, so it's gonna be more than that. So 20 cents is basically a $5 billion. So $20 billion market cap at $1. So someone had to have been selling a shit ton of it. And I mean, everything's transparent on the blockchain. Your homie, why else would you blacklist them? Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. Fucking Justin's son, huh? Justin Moon. Don't know about that. All right, I told you in the beginning the economy is effed. Well, some weird numbers. Interestingly weird numbers. What? U.S. companies announced just 1,500 new jobs in August. The lowest for the month since 2009. Layoffs surged to 40%.
Ashley, what do you think about our economy? Been kind of quiet today.
Our economy?
Yeah.
Are eggs still expensive? I stopped looking at prices. I just go to the grocery store and I don't look at nothing. So I don't.
Got it like that, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Have your nails gotten more expensive?
they've
Doesn't
always
pay
been
attention to prices.
expensive.
She's got money like that, so don't ever ask me for a raise again. All
I don't
saying
have
is,
money like that. I just work hard. But like,
There was a song created by Fabulous. Said, don't look at the tag, just throw it in the bag.
and that's what I
Obviously, meaning
do.
You have enough money to not care about the price.
That's not what I'm saying. But I know it's going to be expensive in either way. But like, I need the things I'm buying, so I might as well buy it.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Get to the register and say, never mind, it's too expensive.
I've done that.
I don't do
Especially
that.
when my kids pick up some dumb shit.
That's just embarrassing. I
and then
can't
they
do that.
scan it. I'm like, $15 for a lollipop? Put it back.
I got a snow cone from an ice cream truck the other day for $5.
You know, you kind of look like a snow.
Why the hell would I buy a $5 snow cone? I don't know.
Hold on, can we go
First of all-
can we go ISO Ashley?
What?
Doesn't she look like a snow cone?
What does that even mean?
You're very white.
Anyways, but yeah, like I don't know, like $5, like it's a Starbucks drink. You know what I mean? Like,
Need the sugar.
First of all, why is your grown ass chasing an ice cream truck right now?
Why? Help! I need the snow cone.
She's over there like dropping the Heisman on like little kids, like out my way.
Interesting.
well, okay. I do chase the ice cream truck. Yes, I do.
We know. Yeah. You look like you taste the ice cream truck.
Okay.
No. Okay. Let's go. I wasn't done with the economy, by the way. Let's take a peek. Housing data shows sellers now exceed buyers by 500,000 people, marking the largest imbalance ever recorded in the market. Rob, how long has housing been around? Centuries. Ever. Never in the history of the housing market data and statistics have sellers exceeded buyers by 500,000 people. Wow. So happy you're very amused by that stat. 2 in 5 U.S. workers have delayed or canceled major purchases. That doesn't include Ashley, such as homes or cars due to job security concerns. So the idea here is the economy sounds like it's messed up. And well, what happens when an economy's messed up? Money printer goes, make the sound. Brrr. Money printer goes, brrr. like just money. You take some, airdrop to you, you're getting a check, tariff revenue. Telling you guys, everyone's been waiting. Now the markets are down now. We know what the government loves to do. Shit hits the fan, especially when midterms are going to start heating up the end of the year, going into next year. Everyone loves free money. And what happened the last time people got free money? Look at the charts from 2020. There you go. All right, Rob, let's take a look at the markets. Oh, before you look at the markets, I want to show this. First time in 7 long years. Ethereum surpasses Bitcoin in spot trading volume. ETH, SEX volume, 480 billion. Bitcoin, SEX volume, 401 billion for the first time in 7 years. That's for the month of August. This is huge. All right, let's take a look at the markets. What's trending? What's not? What's up? What's down?
All right. Bitcoin's hanging around the 110. Keeps flip-flopping.
Flippy floppy.
Over 110, under 110.
This thing's going down to 106.
Think so?
Yeah.
I thought the reversal was in this for the week.
There's no follow through.
And
you can tell, bro. Like, just go down to lower time frames. Any move, there's just no volume. It's just it gets stopped. I mean, there's no momentum. There's no follow through. There's no velocity. It's just fucking put splay. And the car, anyways. I don't know what I was saying. There's a lot of
a lot of mouth sound effects today. But brrr. God knows what else.
You're welcome. I got other sound effects that don't come from the mouth. Would you like to hear those?
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
So
he said, no, thank you, Gina. Jesus. Anyways.
All right. Everything is mostly flat on the 24 hours. Not a lot up today. You got Meme Core, Pump.Fun. So those are up. Make an argument that this is an indicator that, hey, once Solana starts rallying, once altcoin season kind of gets back in the swing of things, once Bitcoin's back over 115, you would expect that meme coins will probably perform pretty well. I'm kind of in that camp. Now, you look at the biggest gainers on the week, though. You do have Story here, Sky, Polygon, the KuCoin token. These are all up. Interesting. So ETH plays, exchange tokens. Exchange tokens, I mean, look at this, man. KuCoin, BitGet, OKB. Yeah, keep an eye on those exchange tokens. Now, what's down for the day, though? There's a lot of red. World Liberty Finance down 20%. I wonder who's selling. Also, Athena, Pudgy Penguins, Pith, Aerodrome. It's just a little bit of red in the market. Altcoins are selling off right now. But not anything dramatic, though.
This has been the
less than 10%.
sweetest bull market, right, guys?
Yeah. Amazing.
I mean, just think about since what, 2023? Just everyone's waiting for the massive run, right? And it just hasn't came yet.
Markets are never going to do what the masses think they're going to do.
Here's what's going to happen.
Once everybody was like, oh, post-halving, things are going to go parabolic this day. And it can't mathematically happen.
Here's what's probably going to happen, okay? And I hope none of you are going to be this person I'm about to describe. There's going to be a gentleman, let's just call him Steve. And Steve has had his portfolio for 3 years now. Has been accumulating altcoins, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche, you name it. And Steve's just getting tired of waiting and waiting. And he keeps telling his wife, don't worry, babe, I promise we'll go on the vacation next year because crypto will pump by then and my $20,000 investment will be worth $200,000. And I promise we'll go on that vacation. And she keeps asking.
Steve, what are you doing, Steve?
She keeps asking, did we make money yet? Where's the portfolio? What are you doing? Stop putting money in. And eventually, Steve's going to say, all right, maybe I was wrong. Fuck it. I'll take a loss. I'll pull out $8,000 of my 20 grand I invested. And then 2 weeks later, the markets just absolutely run into a face-melting rally. And Steve says, fuck, I missed it. Let me just get in now. He gets in. The top is in a week later. Don't be Steve. Don't be Steve. Because to Rob's point, whatever we think is going to happen is probably not going to happen. Okay? Unless you believe this market cycle was a dud, sure. But I wouldn't sell at a loss if you're in solid projects. At least I'm not. So, all right. Don't be a Steve. Steve Hickey, I wasn't trying to call you out, man. I know you're not that kind of Steve. Steve's not even your real name, dude. I know you. All right. Let's talk about some alts. Chainlink, $166 million was processed via CCIP in one day. But Chainlink price is down. Why? It's posted by trader Rocco. Now, usually when people ask these questions, I'm like, what the fuck? But in this scenario, where as blockchain A tries to do something from blockchain B, in the middle is CCIP. And there's something called the universal gas token, which is Link. So Ethereum fees are paid because it's going from Ethereum to Avalanche. So the Ethereum, the Ethereum wallet pays fees in ETH. That goes into CCIP. That ETH gets converted to Link. Link is used as a universal gas, and then the output is AVAX. Okay? So I think the question here is valid. $166 million. Why is the price of Link down? I don't know the answer to that question. You also have this. The Chainlink Reserve just bought another 44,000 Link tokens valued at around $1 million. So, I don't know. Let's look at Chainlink from a price action standpoint. Where is it at? Where are you, Link? $22.32. This is on the hourly. Just took a massive dump. Okay? Looks like we trying to put in a higher low on the hourly. Let's look at the daily. Little bit of a head and shoulders pattern on the daily, unfortunately. Shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline. Failed retest. Down. So I don't know if you want to, you know what? I mean, let me do rapid fire on some of these. So that was Chainlink. Cardano. Charles was on a X Spaces. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. But Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson cleared of the $600 million theft allegation as the audit confirms that 99.7% of ADA vouchers were legitimately redeemed with no misuse of funds. Remember, they were saying Charles stole the money. He's saying the Cardano Foundation stole the money. He asked for an audit. The audit happened. And the people that were blaming him for stealing money have said nothing. So he's been, what's the word? He's been, not valid. He's been, what's the word?
I don't know.
He's been cleared of wrongdoing. He's been
exonerated.
Exonerated.
Oh,
Thank
my God.
you. Jesus. All right. BitTensor, 100 days until the first ever BitTensor halving. The first ever BitTensor halving. So shut up. All right. Chainlink, BitTensor, Hoskinson, pick one and give me your quick thoughts. And I mean quick thoughts, please. No story time, okay?
I don't know. I think, was Cardano in that?
Yeah.
I'd still go with Cardano.
No, I wasn't. What do you mean you're still going with Cardano?
If I had to pick one,
No, I didn't say pick one.
You said pick one real
Thoughts on
quick.
the news. Yeah, pick one of the thing I shared and then share your thoughts.
Okay.
So Chainlink, 166 million CCIP. The price hasn't moved. Cardano, Charles Hoskinson exonerated. And then BitTensor, first ever halving in 100 days. Emissions get cut in half.
Would you be mad if I said I don't like any of the headlines?
Wow.
I don't care about Charles being exonerated. We already knew he didn't take the money. CCIP not rallying. Okay, cool. It's coming.
Hell yeah, man.
The halving on BitTensor, man, that's a big one, bro.
Insane, dude.
I'm actually going to have a halving party here at the studio.
You're such a good guy, man.
So we're gonna have all the AI agents just meet up here.
Hell yeah.
In studio.
For sure, man. Mm-hmm. All right, that'll do it for the show today. Thank you all very much. That's all I got. Roll the outro. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Sin City Crypto. Cash is Cuvée. Yeah. Sin City Crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the whale members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us. altcoins, they polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin, and sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon, then to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control